Val went hard.
Oh my God, he did it.
Oh, that is.
Hey, Corey Mano. Hey, Ariel Williams. Oh my God, Corey Mano, I've been telling everyone about you.
Just push it up.
Okay, let's see. Hey, Above and Beyond Drones. Yeah, you did it all right. Right there. Oh my God, we have had so much fun. So now I'm going to bring this up. Oh, there. Oh. Okay, so as you may know, I am trying to get this live chat up. Rad girl, Jay Santiago, how you doing tonight? You know, I wanted to talk some stuff about some stuff. Good evening, ladies. Yes, you're right. Hey, Green Patches Nacho, how you doing? MX Rider, how are you doing? Yeah, Roger's gonna come down and look what he made me. He made me coffee. It's like having my own Alexa here. Michael Banny, hey. Yes, look at my hair. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you. Humidity and my hair don't quite go along because my hair gets even bigger. So I keep hitting it down, but it's not doing what it normally does. So how are y'all doing tonight? Is everyone good? Okay, hold on. Let me get an email going. Okay. So, let's see. Who was going to help me with this tonight? It's Robert. Let's hope he's there. So, I didn't get on to those guys. I feel bad about Thomas O'Sullivan. How are you doing? Essex, you know what? Essex, I haven't been this happy in a long, long time. It's kind of bittersweet because I know I have to go home tomorrow, and it's not a have to. My family's there, my children, my grandson, but this is going to be really hard. I just ordered a new H-King 60 in MSXR. It's going to be a long couple weeks waiting for the slow boat. Okay, I'll move over to this chair. No. I was in the control chair. No, you have to have a good chair. I'm taking over everything else in your life, Roger. I have to. Oh, you know what's not plugged in? Yeah, the mic. But I think they can hear me. How do you hear us good? Destination Chronicles. Whoop whoop. Oh no, we don't want to. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So, oh, I'm glad you were able to order that. Hold on, Centroid. Centroid.
Did you plug in the mic?
Yeah, it's in.
Okay.
Hold on. Centroid.
Yeah.
What is an MXR? Destination Chronicles. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, dang, Ranger brought you coffee.
I don't know.
He did. I don't know. Is it a drone green patches? It's an H-King 60 in MSXR. But it's on the slow boat, which means it's coming from China. You decide to move that, Val? You know what? It would be a decision I'd consider if it weren't for the fact that my children and my grandson live in Idaho. Val, I am a Canada, but I will be in Boise Monday the 29th. Okay, what did you do?
Let's see.
Uh-oh. He's changing something. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Let's eat some animals.
Hey, Aerial Views. Steve, how you
Oh,
doing?
Steve, how are you?
Drone Life, Chris, Nacho.
Chris. How you doing, guys? Do you know I was able to change this all over to Val's Life? in Zoom and everything.
Hey, you're in the reins backwards.
I am. Why is that?
I don't know.
Oh, no, no, no. It's on backwards for us, but it's not on backwards for you, all of you. It's all good in our end. I'm glad. I am. Great cheers. It's good to see you both. Hey, UK Momo. UK Momo. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I know. I was telling them I had to leave tomorrow and I started crying, so I went upstairs. I'm a mess, aren't I, Roger? He's having a deal, but he's doing good. Got some crazy ventures planned with the drone and sneaking in places the next few days. Oh, I want to see that. Yes. The boys right now are playing with their acros. Oh, those are drones. Don't worry. Hey, Thomas Sullivan. Well, yeah, they've been a little wild lately. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I need that coffee, that's for sure.
Right. So, where are we? Stealth flying. Okay, Steve, I miss your tin hat thing. I always wanted to go on and it was always at a odd time for me, but I wanted to. The mic is better today.
Hey, Tuma, how you doing?
I plugged it in. Thomas O'Sullivan. I'm in live chat too, because I was able to do that. Right. So how are you, rad girl?
Hey, Paul.
Oh, okay, hold on. So, oh. Hey, I
Hey.
know. Roger's a good boyfriend. Roger gets me coffee. And Syntroid makes me bacon in the morning. And Kim does other things. Hold on.
Hey, Louis P. Floyd, how you doing? Yep,
I
Mark
know.
came back. Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, what was he thinking?
Paul. I gotta send something to Paul. Paulie.
Well, if nothing else, we're gonna go out.
PM.
and see your other one and get that.
PM. Paul Murray.
One battery strap on this thing? That's fine. It'll work.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. Give me a second. No. Do you hear this? It's all we hear all day long.
No.
Nope. Couldn't find it. Okay, I know what it is. Nope. And then I have. So I'm doing a little bit of a big panel tonight because this is going to be one of the last nights I'm doing a panel because I'm going to try something else, I think.
Dennis.
Okay. So let me see, where are we? Oh, and I forgot my other guy, Curtis. I know I'm forgetting people.
Hey, Michael Banny, how you doing? Destination Chronicles, Thomas O'Sullivan, Paul Murray, Rad Girl. Hey, how you doing? We just finished eating dinner here too.
Okay. So, I forgot Herman and Novice. Jesus, it might be too big a panel, guys. But will that stop me? No, it won't, because guess what? Roger has the biggest TV known to man. You guys are like having a great.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we are so having a great time. We are so having a great time. Okay. No. It is, I'll do it this way.
Fuzzy.
You're feeling a fuzzy?
You know, shut up, Al.
I was going to say, leave him alone, Kim. No fuzzies. They get to the point where they won't even talk to me. But it's not my fault. It's always accident. Okay, there we go. I think I got everyone. Hey,
Yes.
Paul.
Hey, hello everyone.
Yeah, turn it up.
Hi.
Hey, you two make a cute couple. Thank you very much. It's all the Tim Hortons that Roger buys me.
He takes good care of you, that's for sure.
He does. It's been so much fun.
Well, the
How's your-
rumor is she's not leaving tomorrow. Is that true?
I'm
No,
still
she's
stuck
not.
on
She's
Val.
staying. I'm leaving.
Saying Kim does other things. I'm
Mark's
still
leaving
stuck.
and Val's staying. Okay.
Oh my God, Lewis. Oh, I would come in, but I have a patient on the way from the ER. Okay, Nacho, know that I sent you something because I was inviting you in, but I understand absolutely. Patients come first. I don't think I got him. There we go. So anyway, the only thing I'm going to say tonight, guys, check your, Ari, I sent you something so you come in. I sent something to Novice and Herman and, you know, my regular guys, but know that the only thing I'm going to ask you not to do is go into the share screen. Okay? Because I know how naughty you guys are. So you have to ask me and then tell me what you're going to put on there.
Ashtray, please.
Ashtray. See? See, Paul? He gets me coffee and look.
Wow.
Ashtray.
Well, it's a give and take relationship, Val.
It is. It is. We've been having so much fun. And Mario's been coming up, Roger's son, and his neighbor has a Mavic Air. That's right? Mavic Air or Mavic Pro?
I think it's a Mavic Pro he bought.
Yeah.
Mavic Pro, the neighbor? Yeah, Mavic Pro.
Yeah.
Hey,
doing
Michael
great.
Banny.
Hey, Lewis. I sent you a link, Lewis.
Be right back. Got to feed the squirrels.
Okay.
Oh,
And Nachos is on the police.
I didn't get breakfast this morning because Centroid's supposed to make me bacon and he didn't show up on time. So I told, oh, thank you, Rad Girl. I told Roger, no, it's not his job. It's Centroid's. Hey, Ari.
Hey there, how are we all?
Oh, I'm good.
I'll figure out in a minute how to turn the camera on. You poor devil.
Okay. It took me a while today, too. How you doing today, Ari?
Look, I'm actually doing better. I'm up and about and walking again, which is a big thing. So I went out flying
Very
last
good.
weekend. And how are you, Val? You look like you're having a disgustingly good time.
I am. I'm having better than I should be having. I'm having a great
No such thing is better than you should be having. You deserve every bit of it. Make sure you make Roger's life as hard as possible. Don't forget your
I think I have. Because I'm so sad. I don't want to leave, so I get so sad. And then Roger's just looking at me like, oh, what do I do? I haven't been around a woman in so long. She's crying. Kim!
I'm sure that Roger would sponsor you for Canadian citizenship.
Oh, see? Then I'd have to bring all the family. Then he'd be sad. Hey, poor Clinton Duck. I just modded you, babe. I just modded you. Yeah, we have been having too much fun.
Yep.
Poor Roger hasn't had time for grandpa naps, but I'm taking grandma naps all the time. So,
Here you go, Val.
oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Thank you.
Ripple cake. Have you done away with your brownie subscription, Paul?
No, I still have brownies. I'm just working my way through my culinary delights.
Culinary delights.
Oh my God. Hey guys, if you get a chance, go ahead and hit the like button for me if you want to. I'm already happy enough so you don't have to. Yeah.
Fort Clinton Duck, Val just supported your channel and give you a wrench.
Yes. I thought I had you, but you hear the noise is beeping? The guys can be so rude.
Oh, Lord.
Are they charging batteries or something, Val?
Yeah, they're gonna go fly some acro. I smash you.
Centroid and Kim are going to go out flying, but they're binding a drone to a transmitter.
Oh, that what Kim and who is Kim and Mark?
Centroid? Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, Centroid.
Oh
Yeah.
well, that could take a week.
Well, the question I have, Val, is did you give them your approval from flight school to go out and fly?
Yeah, they got to do it on their own. They can't have me giving them assistance every time. So I told them, you are now to grow grasshoppers. Then I told them, when you do that, remember you go buff, buff, buff like that, and then it'll turn. Oh yes, thank you, Port Clinton Duck.
Just want to quickly say I just got a message from Jim in the chat. See, hi Jim. Yeah, I know you. I got your email just a little while ago, mate. I'll reply shortly. I was very relieved to get it, mate. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Yeah, but now we have Ariane here. So
And regarding your comment about sharing screens, Val, I hear that some naughty people, you know, got personalised calls from you telling them about to behave, but I didn't get one. You know, being Australian and having more couth than most people, so I will consider myself free to continue as I have been.
Yeah, because my show's been demonetized every time it goes on, even when we're good, right? So I just decided, well, we probably have to ratchet it back a little bit. So, you know, again, no politics, no religion, you know, the basics, no racist remark. Novice Quad, I sent you a link. You know it. Hello, all. Eating dinner but listening. Yeah, I had to eat dinner during his show, so it's fair. Go ahead and eat. So
it's a laugh. It's a laugh. You know, I do drop the occasional political comment, but I notice that everybody realizes it's all tongue in cheek. I'm not a political guy. I'm an equal opportunity offender. I'll make fun at everybody equally.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I sent Robert a link too.
Mhm.
I don't see Robert. So I'm seeing, Thomas O'Sullivan. Yeah, Novice, you had a good show tonight. We were watching while we were eating dinner. So we were there. We just weren't on. We saw Paul was on, so yeah. Yeah, Rad Girls in the house.
Did you get your electricity back okay, Paul? Not yet? Oh, crap.
Paul doesn't have electricity, Ari.
So he's online by rubbing two wires together and generating electricity that way.
Two sticks. I think it's two sticks. But I'm going to tell you, nobody does it better than Paul. He just won't let us down no matter what.
That's good to hear. But Paul never lets anybody down. We know that.
No, he doesn't. Oh, Lynn Ann. Oh, Lynn Ann.
Lenny's here.
So fun, Lynn. You should have come with. I mean, we've had a great time. Such a great time. It's been so much fun, huh?
Yep.
Lots of Tim Hortons going around.
Well, Lenny could have come. She's got a great big motorhome with a generator and everything.
Yeah.
I tell you what, do not ever commit a murder, Lynn, because Paul dobs you in for everything.
Lenny likes to travel in style. Lynn is like top shelf, first class.
Well, that's
Nice.
The only way to do it.
Yeah, I'm in the basement.
Hey, Phantom Plate 101, how you doing?
I heard that's where they normally keep Kim, Val. Did they at least take down the rings on the wall and the chains that they shackle him up with?
Yes. And
Okay,
it's
that's
got
good.
waterfalls that come out of the walls. It's been pretty cool. Oh boy, someone had a big smile on their face while they're running out the door. God. For the next
But
ride.
now for the
Right?
important question, Val. Have you been getting Roxy cuddles?
Oh my God. Oh my God. She waits with her little head on the step for me to come. When I'm sleeping, she waits for me to get up. And then it's like Jaws, you know, here's Roger trying to sleep and we hear bam, bam. Boop, 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 boop. And I'm like, shh, Roxy. But nope, she's so happy.
She's been so spoiled since last Thursday. It's ridiculous.
She's probably going to go into a decline when they all go home, Roger.
Yeah, she's gonna be depressed.
Yeah.
She's gonna go, where's my steak? I share. So happy. Oh my God. Yeah, Lynn Ann, next time you come with. We're doing another one next year. Roger.
I think Andrew's wife took about 100 pictures of Roxy when she was here.
Yeah. I think she said something like, "Screw the people, get out of the way. I need pictures of Roxy." And I was like, "What?" We'll think about it. Oh, Lynn, that'd be so much fun. Oh my gosh. So I flew the Phantom yesterday.
Oh, well, good on you. I knew you could, Val. Now you've got to get yourself one.
Yes. Yes. And it's yeah. Kim's talking to me about taking his home, but I'm telling him I can't do that. What would he fly? Kim, if he gave me the Phantom.
Oh,
Anything he can terrorize Roger with is the answer.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He would love to terrorize Roger.
He really offered you to take the Phantom home.
Yes.
Where is he? I want to talk to him. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth.
What did you just call Kim? A horse's? Oh.
Kim?
Okay.
Kim?
Paul wants to ask you a question.
Because I'm watching.
Yeah.
Yes, Paul.
Kim, did you really tell Val she could take your Phantom home with her?
Did I really tell Val she can have my Phantom? Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. She's been talking about stealing it. Now she doesn't have to.
Well, she's giving the breed, which is great.
She can legally get across the border now because it's not stolen merchandise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he could have called the police.
Yeah.
And they're mean coming over the border. Ask Mark.
Hey, Ari, did you hear about the border crossing going up there?
No, I heard it mentioned, but I don't know what happened.
Oh man, it was unbelievable. According to Mark, it was only 5 minutes. According to Val, it was 2 hours.
You don't have a
So, and it all started when the officer said, and where are you going? And she looked at him with that look, and she says, "We don't have any drugs."
Then they said something about him having pretty lips, and then all of a sudden he started screeching, "Ee, ee," and they took him out.
and she also showed him his passport where he used to have a full beard and he looked like Al Qaeda. And
But I told him, he's not a terrorist. He really
he's
is.
not a terrorist, really. Believe me.
Yeah. But from now on, we're calling him Osama
Right.
bin Freud, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. But I think he's forgiven me.
You already crashed? Oh my God, you were some fur balls. You already crashed my trunk.
He already crashed it. They're doing Accra outside.
That Centroid crashed, huh?
Okay, so you can dox it and tell him.
Mark already crashed my trunk. You know, I almost cut his pecker off, for Christ's sakes.
Crashed your drone or his drone?
My
Hey,
drone.
Jeff, drone pilot.
And he's laughing, running across the grass in his sock feet.
Yeah, in underwear.
It's in the room.
Wow.
What a guy.
Sounds like a little bit of deliverance going on there.
Oh, Jesus,
He
man.
does have pretty lips.
Huh?
They said so.
Apparently, according to the chat, Mark is still muttering.
Oh, he just took out a tree.
Yeah, that's right, Ari.
Oh, Destination Chronicles. Oh, that's great. You have a photo shoot for a band. Very nice. Thank you so much for coming in.
Whenever I have to do a shoot for a band, I always use the carbon fiber blades in case they're no good. Whoops! Didn't mean to run over you like that.
Well, the other thing you have to worry about when you shoot for a band, it has to be original music because you can't use anybody else's. In other words, they can't be singing anybody else's music.
Unless
you
it's just photo.
Well, there goes my
Film pilot.
doing my own music tracks.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? Nice to see you, Scott.
Scott, guess what we had for dinner tonight? baby turkey legs. See, I told you he was eating baby turkeys. That's why there are no baby turkeys around here. Kim eats them. And then he
Don't
said
you feel
to us,
guilty?
and while we were halfway through, he goes, "The baby turkey legs." It's like, what the hell? What time
Don't
do
you feel
get
guilty? All of those paraplegic turkeys.
About noon.
Yeah. Val felt bad, only for a second, but she felt bad.
Hey, Joan Schatz, how you doing?
Hey, drone shots.
But she felt better, Ari, when Kim explained to her that it was roadkill. It wasn't.
Oh,
They didn't say roadkill. He said drone kill.
Hey, Ari, it's
a
good to see you, man.
roadkill, okay.
Drone kill.
I had heard that Val had
really
once had a
just the cost
prominent
of new
TV
plane.
role, but I didn't realize that it was his grandma in the Beverly
Yeah.
Hillbillies. You know.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. So, hey, Curtis. So
Yeah.
right now, they're outside destroying each other's quads. And I mean the quads, not quad like their thighs.
For those of you that are in the
Aaron-
chat, you have to be very careful because Val sometimes talks in very technical jargon.
Well, that's a perfect example of how she talked too much at the border.
Right.
Mark is now trying to get my quad out of a 15-foot deep ditch that's full of bulrushes, and all you can hear is this 4S quad chewing the hell out of the bulrushes and him talking away to somebody. What the hell is he doing?
He's talking to the bullfrog.
Oh my God.
Oh, he is so funny. Because all you hear, oh, has Kim shown you his rubber pants yet? Oh, that's right, Kim.
That's so old.
Scott, I don't think he's going to show me.
Lenny wanted to know what time you were headed for the border. She wants to call some of her government friends she wants to record the conversation at the border.
He's not a terrorist, though, so I can tell him. Because
So Val, Lawrence, and Herman said they wanted me to tell you hi.
oh,
They're,
yeah.
they're going to be listening.
They're
You know,
having dinner.
they're having dinner.
I was having dinner on their show, too. What's going on here, there? Oh, my God. Yeah,
So- You're gonna miss Roxy terribly bad, aren't you?
I really am. She's been so sweet. So sweet. So it's been so fun because I've been able to meet so many people on this trip. I mean, the truth is, I always wondered how much you really get to know somebody on something like this, right? You meet them and they could be very different people, right, than what you are. But so far, that hasn't been my experience. I met Russell and his family. I met Roger and Kim and Centroid and Mike Roche and Louis P. Floyd, right?
And Andrew.
And Andrew and Ksenia and their kids, sweet as heck. And then Corey Mano. Everybody has been exactly how they are when we see them and talk to them. And I thought that's one thing I wanted to bring up. I know we say you kind of have to be careful. You don't know how you're meeting, but we've been talking to some, like with Roger and Kim. I'm talking to Kim for what? And Scott in here for about 2 years and Drone Pool, right? Hey, Drone Pool. Sometimes you get to know too much. That is true. Because all that stuff about the cavity check, I wish I hadn't been there to film it. But he took me. Hey, Drone Pool. But we got, I mean, people really, it's funny because you wouldn't think that. You think you meet people and people can be different than how they are on here. But so far, we haven't found, that hasn't been the case at all. You
The
know,
only real difference is, Val, that now you know what they look like from the waist down.
I know. There's been some scary stuff going on. But they're
Well,
still,
you said everybody's running around without pants on. I didn't.
they're just boys. What can you do?
I'm still wondering about the bonfire and how that went.
Didn't do it last night. It was too windy.
Yeah.
We were scared to pass the whole town on fire the way the wind was. picking
Start a
up.
fire.
Yeah. So,
Well, there was a rumor about Furball Kim dancing around the fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't do that, and no didgeridoo either. He was supposed to jump around the fire painted.
I was so amazed when Waxfire showed up with a didgeridoo on the show the other
Oh,
day.
wasn't that funny?
I was really wishing he would play some of it.
Yeah.
Well, he did for like a minute, but he was great. Yeah, I gotta say, Waxfire's been really nice. He's been on the stream a lot. But all the guys we've been meeting here they're just all fantastic people. So we've been really blessed, really.
Except for you and I, Curtis.
Yeah, we're in trouble every once in a while.
You two are in trouble. You are trouble.
Yeah. What do you call
In
us?
trouble.
With naughty monkeys or what? We're
Naughty monkeys.
Naughty.
We're the naughty monkeys of the group.
And Aries a little naughty, but that's okay.
Little naughty.
Well, yeah, I try,
Okay,
but I
Thomas.
don't try as hard as I can.
He's naughty with class.
I've never been accused of that before, Curtis.
That's actually a challenge to do that. You know what I'm saying?
How did we end up getting all the naughty monkeys all at one time?
Well, see, here's what happened. You sent out a whole bunch of invites, and the naughty monkeys showed up first, and so the rest of them are sitting back going, "Well, I'll wait."
Yeah, the naughty monkeys are on right now. I don't know about this.
Oh my God, but I am going to tell you, guys need to try if you can. And Roger will let you guys got to try to get here and do some,
At Roger Palooza too.
yeah, honestly.
Oh, I'm coming.
You do.
I thought it was going to cost a lot more money than what it actually is. So I'm definitely going to be there next year.
Yeah, I mean, who wants spin up? You got Roger Palooza.
That's right.
I got to tell you, the nice thing is after I instructed the boys how to fly acro, we did so much better. They did better. I got to say they did better.
So they must have been listening to you.
Well,
I
it's
think
really
they
quite
were.
interesting. The way I heard it, Paul, was that, she flew inverted, did several rolls, flew in through one window of the house and out through the other side, missing all the furniture. And when they said to her, "We didn't know that you could fly acro, Val," she said, "I'm trying to hover."
Hey, good catches. That's a nice
Nice plane.
H King. Yeah, that's a nice plane. So
I like that too.
So what we yeah, I have tons of footage. I tried to upload it, but Roger's internet, hopefully they'll have a fiber optic soon, but I just couldn't get it to upload the way.
I'll tell you what, though, this Zoom really makes the picture on your end, Val and Roger, just perfect.
Yeah.
I know,
Hugely
because
better.
you want to see all our gorgeousness, right, Roger?
Yeah.
And look, Roger's a little unbuttoned, showing some.
I think a little bit of, hey, Roger, I think
Well, there's a guy.
a little bit of Val is rubbing off on Roger, so he talks and he just nods. Yep. Yes.
Smoke
Yeah.
more French. Oui, oui. Like that. No, they do this. Oui, oui.
Wait a minute, I missed that. Do that again for us, please, Val.
We what?
Oui, oui. That's how the French people smoke.
Yeah, Roger is relearning old habits. Just repeat after me, Roger.
Yep.
Yes, dear.
Yes,
Yes,
dear.
dear.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Yeah, it's coming back to me now.
Poor Roger.
Yeah.
See, now he's thinking, I invited Val. I remember I think I did that. Or was that Valerie to say, thank you for inviting me? And she showed up. I'm not sure he knows which one. Oh, but it has been so fun. Roger, did you ever get your blessing for Roger Palooza too? LOL. Did you? He did.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little small. It's me. I'm coming. Because what if everyone comes? Am I going to get the bacon I need? Am I going to get all the Tim Hortons I need? I don't share well.
Well, everybody's coming to see you, Val, and get your autograph.
Yeah, if they bring me Tim Hortons, they have to bring one for Roger too, because he doesn't like not getting his Tim Hortons. And what else do we get? He gets Timbits.
Timbits,
I
yeah.
was worried about what that was, but actually, what it turns out to be is donut holes.
Yep.
I wasn't
Don't-
sure.
Donut balls.
Donut holes, right?
It's what they take out of the center when they punch out for the
Yeah, I
regular.
thought they were just donut balls, but he said
Have they
no.
no shame? Have they no shame? Now, first they had turkeys without legs. Now they got donuts with it. How do you expect the donuts to reproduce?
You're right.
Especially if you're eating their balls.
Yeah.
That's right. See, now that's the difference between naughty and naughty with class, Curtis.
Exactly.
B word.
Now you understand why I said you're naughty with class.
There you go. Well, let me just say, so after Roger ate 2 Tim balls, then what else did we do?
Timbits.
Timbits.
Timbits. Yeah, I wasn't sure what those were, but even Roxy gets Timbits.
She plays with it too, didn't she?
Oh yeah. She throws them up, she catches them. Okay, I really did not believe them that Roxy grabs stuff and throws it, but she actually does. She got her little doggy bone and she grabbed it and she threw it and she went and pounced on it and it went flying and then she grabbed it and she went, and it flew that way. I mean, she is a hilarious dog. And then she pounced on it and ate it. Like
Is that
Roger, you need to
So
film that and put that on your
Timbits,
YouTube
right?
channel.
oh, it was so fun.
Tim Horton. No, I don't even know what Tim Horton. I can picture, Roxy getting Timbits in her mouth and throwing them in the air and them calling them the paramedics for Tim.
Oh my God, she is such a sweet baby, Roxy.
John
is.
Poole, my next door neighbor, he came over and we talked to him about it, and he's all okay for that Roger Palooza 2 next year. So
All right, cool.
it's his property. So
And
Yeah,
then-
well, you got to get that promotion ready because when they bring the stage in and the porta potties and all that.
Okay,
No,
Paul,
Paul,
that's
no.
why he keeps getting scared. I have to keep giving him medicine. Open your mouth, Roger. Here's a Timbit. To calm
Well,
him
that's it.
down.
I've got to make this business start paying big before next year. Yeah. And we got to get that stage in, Roger, because Artco and I, we've got a plan going. We're going to get together on stage.
Yeah.
We're going to call it the Equal Opportunity Offenders Tour.
Oh, I gotta tell you, if anyone's in, I mean, this is a great place to fly camera drones. It really is, and
It's just freaking hot.
it
Yeah.
is hot. I'm gonna tell you, but it's not as bad as Maryland was in the heat, and yet it's hotter here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's the difference. I really don't.
So Roger, is this normal heat for you at this time of year, or?
it makes a couple of years now. We're getting this kind of weather at this time of the month. Yeah.
Okay.
They're just getting the Canadians ready for where they're going in the end.
We have
Yeah, right.
we have very bad springs lately. So, but this in July, not so bad. But August is going to get hotter. In August. So
Oh, Val, you'll get used to that pretty quick. I know you're staying, so.
Oh my God.
You'll
You'll
Yeah.
acclimate. You'll acclimate.
I can't say goodbye to my family for my other family, so I have to go home to my kids and my grandbabies.
I'll just bring them up there with you.
Yeah,
That's
they
what I was.
start having more grandbabies. I'm out of there. I'm just saying. You have to give me reason to stay, children, if you're listening. Oops.
And you got your baby dogs, your dogs.
Yeah. Ranger would love Roxy. Ranger would be all over just licking Roxy, trying to get her to go play. Oh yeah, he'd be a mess. And of course, Lillian would love her too. So
There
yeah,
you go. Sounds like it's a match made right there.
between them, Roxy might eat Lillian. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So I do think we need an update on Paul and his situation with power. Where are you at on your power situation there, Paul? Because
It's past 7:30 and there's no power yet.
so just gallons
long
and
have you
gallons
been
of
out?
gasoline are going away.
Yep. I'm up to Probably about $40 so far in fuel. Just keeps humming though. You know what? The longer that generator runs, because it doesn't get run very often,
Oh, pretty good.
it has smoothed out. At first it was, now
Oh,
it's-
yeah, yeah. A lot of people do that. They'll buy a generator to run their house and they'll never run it at all until
Yeah.
it's time to run it. So yeah,
Yeah.
you're supposed to run that every once in a while.
Yeah, I will say that Paul looked pretty worn out after having to carry that thing into the garage and go get gas for it and everything else.
Yeah, we went and got gas this morning at 2:00. He got three 5-gallon containers full of fuel this morning at 2:30. Mia and I went.
Do you have any ETA as to when you might have mains power again, Paul?
Well, they're saying
This is good. Share the screen, Paul.
7:30.
No sharing the screen. We already agreed. Unless you tell Valerie and she.
They said 7:30, but I am somewhat skeptical.
Yeah, I see. That's a nice way of putting it.
Natural gas line. Not Roger, Paul, listen to Lynn. Mine automatically runs every Sunday night for 10 minutes. Mine is into my natural gas line.
Well, Lynn has all house, automatic, cut in, cut out, standby Generac power.
I want that.
Because Lynn she's a planner and I'm not a planner. I'm a survivor.
Val wants what Lynn's having. Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you.
Lynn has a whole house generator.
I don't have a generator because how come you guys have that? Oh, in New York City, they use propane for private houses. Really? Wow. Yeah, how come you guys have like stuff like that? We don't have that, I don't think, in Idaho.
Everybody can have it. You just have to buy it. That's all.
Guess I'll be a survivor too.
We have it here, but not in the rural areas. But in the towns and all that, each house has gas if they want.
It's
it or
as
whatever.
big as a closet. Oh my God, novice. Yeah, in the mountains they use propane gas or propane and stuff for the heaters, but I just have like electric and natural gas for my furnace.
We have natural gas to the house here as well, which being Jewish, of course, makes me nervous all the time. But I actually say that to the guys when they come out, they're working on it. What are you doing? You're moving on the gas. We're working on the gas meter. Okay, I'm Jewish. I'll just back away from the footpath.
Oh God.
Hey, Val, with your permission, I will show you the outage map.
The outage map?
Yes, Paul, but it better not be a jockstrap. That's all I'm saying.
This
A
is the map of all
dog's
the
name.
places that Paul's come out.
Let me know when you guys can see it.
I can't see it.
Okay, we got it.
Okay. I live right here. Okay.
Okay.
And this is an outage. All of these colored things are power outages. And this is the city of Port Huron, which has a population of about 40,000 people.
Oh, geez.
So right up here, it says it's supposed to be on again. Now estimated restoration not available. Earlier, like an hour ago, it said 7:30 p.m.
Now, what does it say?
Not available.
Oh, yeah, because you're not getting it for a while.
We're going to go buy some more gas. I can see that.
He's going to check later, and the estimated time is going to be when Paul stops putting crap on us. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Lynn, yeah, when you have pets, you have to think about that. Poor Mia. All hot, poor little puppy.
Well, my generator, I cool one room, the deck room, which is the one where the big TV is. And I have a window air conditioner there because the deck room was built over top of a big deck. So it didn't have the ducting and everything that you need to have. So I have a gas fireplace and a window, Delaney or whatever it is, air conditioner out there.
That's really, yeah. Hey, Sleeping Bear, how you doing?
You wanna go to bed? You really down?
Okay, I gotta show you this if she gets there. Hold on, guys. Let's see. Oh, see, she's not there. But if you look right in the corner, you'll see her tail. She's like,
Oh,
okay,
oh.
Dad.
There
Hello,
she
darling.
is.
There she goes.
Is.
A little camera time. There we go.
Oh yeah, she's gonna make her bed what she wants it,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
standalone AC. Yeah, there she
I
goes.
don't know.
She goes, ah. Do you notice how she just kind of falls?
Yeah.
She kind of throws herself to the ground.
And she's looking at
Oh,
Val.
She does that
Well,
all the time. She kind of
I don't know
throws
if you
herself
think,
like
Paul,
this.
I don't know what everybody thinks, but to me it looks like that Roger has been underfeeding that dog. You know.
Yeah.
He keeps looking at her, and she'll be walking by.
One thing I have noticed though, Roger, is
Yeah,
now
yeah.
with all the company, she is now facing more towards the camera than she used to. We used to always see her butt or her back or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because you never know when Valerie will have a treat for her. I give her cheese and steak and chicken. Yes.
We know about you and feeding your dogs cheese. Roger, have you had a new and unexpected gas problem recently?
And have you learned how to capture that in case there's a power outage?
Yeah, harness that. Yeah.
Yes. I gotta tell you, yeah, she has not had gas around me because she's a lady. She only does that around the boys. Because I tell her it's okay around them because they don't care.
Well, yeah, when she gets out with the boys, she farts and burps, you know. But
Not with me, him and Mark.
The other thing I was going to tell you, Val, was you were talking about us being naughty monkeys. Paul and I are indiscriminate. We were just on those guys, and we totally derailed that show.
yeah, we were naughty monkeys over there too.
Yeah, they had a subject, and we just kind of blew it out of the water.
Well, it was fun to kind of pick on Lawrence, and
Yeah.
Herman was helping us, weren't you, Herman?
Hey, was very nice.
Just a little bit, Herman says.
John Paul
Hey,
came
hi,
drove flying. Yeah, they're gone flying in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. So for those of you who acro, I know you do Sleeping Bear. I know Drone Pool does, and some others in here. They are ripping up all the quads they have. They are breaking them. They're coming back in pieces. They had epoxy out. They had wood. They were trying to get everything. That's okay, Sleeping Bear. We will catch you later. It'll happen. And so they were using wood and they were putting it on those quads, right? It's been working really well for them, but they won't fly now. So guess it's not working for them. Let me just say that. Peace, Sleeping Bear. So that's what's been happening.
Take care, Sleeping Bear.
Yep. So all we were saying, Herman, is, haven't heard anything. That's because I think they found their one last quad and they ran to the field this time. Are they still trying to get it out of the thorn patch, the other one?
No, they're gone in the back.
Yeah. Oh, are they in the back? So they're flying quads. So you're on mute, Paul.
He's on the phone.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So that's basically what's been happening. Yeah.
He's
So-
just talking nicely to the power company. Don't we wish we
Yeah.
could hear?
Please give me power.
Hey, Ari, how you doing, man?
I'm not so bad, actually, Herman. Thanks, mate. I'm feeling better. I got out the day before yesterday with the kids' help, and I flew, and that was great.
No. Oh, thank you.
Hands up there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
gone up in the back flying since the last day.
Get all the flying in they can.
Yeah, they might do it again tomorrow morning, and they're gonna be leaving around.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Sorry. Yeah.
Lawrence is here to help plan for Roger Palooza too.
Yeah, well, keep the plans down. Keep the plans down a little bit.
Oh, no.
Afraid. Because Kim keeps saying, we can handle hundreds, and the more he goes up, the more Roger goes down in the numbers. Kim goes 1,000, and now we're down to what, 15?
Yep.
Well, Lawrence has a plan for housing and getting all kinds of breaks and tour groups and all kinds of things, right, Lawrence?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can we be doing Sasquatch hunting tours?
Yeah.
Well, I saw they had those big fields over there. I think he mentioned something about one field could be used for drone racing, the other one could be used for guys doing other things.
Yeah, Lawrence has got it all figured out.
Yeah.
I think we hire a guy and put him in a Sasquatch outfit and have him run around in the woods, and we try to film him in.
So Kim had talked about wanting to do that for Mark.
That would be
I
nice.
had to call ahead and say, he's already been searched, so we probably shouldn't upset him anymore. Because he's kind of twitching by the time we got here. And it was only a 5-hour drive. I don't know why he was twitching.
With a 2-hour stop.
Were you in the front seat, Val?
Yeah, because I thought I'd better
Okay.
help him with directions.
And you have no idea why he was twitching afterwards like this.
No. He just kind of,
Well, the only thing I remember is that when they first got there, Roger, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Mark complaining something about she kept playing with his clutch?
No, that was in the Mini Cooper when they were still in the state.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he picked me up the Mini Cooper. Karma is a
Bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say it, but go ahead. I don't need to be monetized. Anyway, what his Mini Cooper died as we were getting on the highway. The clutch went. And I said, maybe you're not doing it right. But it wouldn't work.
Yeah, Val was power shifting.
Go, boy.
That's how you did it?
Yeah.
Mm.
I've driven clutches before, and I'm good at it. I'm just saying. So
But
he
the
goes,
best,
"Why?" And he goes, it's not my fault because you drove it last. And
but
I'm
I
like,
still say out of this whole trip, Roger, the best story she tells is about at the border and him making that what's that high pitched squealing he did?
"Ee, ee," like that. He did that. But he does have pretty lips. Was it my fault? They thought so.
I feel the pain, Herman. I feel the pain.
So Herman was complaining about a man bag. Now we're having to listen to the escapades of Mark.
Yeah.
Oh my.
I think that
Never cross the border with you, Val.
It would be fine. You could come across the border.
No. This be America.
Hey,
I'm
what
not
is blind?
you.
This is America. America. No, Canada's great. Everybody speaks French, so nobody understands
Except
me.
you.
I just do
Everyone
whatever
except
I
you,
want.
Val.
Canada's great. Well, unless you're an
It's really
Australian
nice.
hitchhiker, then not so much.
Yeah, we heard that.
What happened?
Have you heard Val try to speak French?
Yeah, hold on. I can speak French.
Oh no.
Here it comes.
Oui, oui.
I believe it's down the hall and to the left, Val.
You gotta do it with the
The
cigarette.
first door.
The first door.
Ah.
That's the basement where I stay. I'm not having my own bathroom. I got to share.
Before she got there, I heard that Roger was preparing frantically, and when they stripped the screws, trying to take off
They
the
were with
dungeon
flash.
sign and replace it with basement.
The activities room, in other words.
Yeah.
No, the inspector guy's down there. So I just had to make him float over to the side.
Yeah, they had it. That's Val's story. She's sticking to it. The public inspector came there one day and he hasn't been seen since.
Oh my God, that was such a fun stream because something happened to him. He's carrying those.
Hey, Roger,
They're very
Yeah.
nice here.
if you have any fresh unturned dirt, I suggest you check it out after she leaves.
Yeah.
Well, you get tired pushing that guy around. He just floats and doesn't say anything. He's kind of big now.
Yeah,
Old
all
guy.
bloated.
Mm-hmm. Let's keep pushing him.
Oh,
He
Val?
hasn't
Well,
started to fall apart yet, Val?
What?
He hasn't started to fall apart yet?
No, why would he fall apart? He
Makes
just
That's what happens. A floater falls apart. What happens is
no.
I've picked them up out of the water before. We grab an arm and
Mike Roach.
it pulls out like chicken. It goes.
No, don't. Oh, naughty monkey. I'm gonna have to put you off, naughty monkey.
Hey,
Don't
Mike
be
Roach.
naughty.
How you doing, Mike
No,
Roach?
he's in a little bag thingy and he just likes to float.
Oh, he's in a bag.
I go, are you having fun floating? And he goes,
Eat, eat,
So let me
eat,
ask you
eat.
this. Has it passed the fly stage, or is it like, does it have like
oh
that
my
aroma?
God. Guys, there are flies here. There's lots of flies here.
And what? It might be the guy in the basement.
No,
He could be rotting away.
sleeping. He's just sleeping.
Have you
Everyone-
fed him?
Well, I put food on him, but he hasn't eaten it. He's not
So
hungry.
you put food on him? Were you planning a buffet?
Floating buffet.
But what I want to know is when he's going to get up and leave the basement because he probably needs to go now.
Or if he's in a bag, probably never.
Yeah.
He can't keep my room. That's supposed to be a private room.
Yes, everybody hit that like button for Val.
Well, usually
Yeah,
it
so let's
means if they
get-
can't get out of the bag, they're dead already.
Huh?
I said, usually it means if they can't get out of the bag, they're dead already.
There's
No.
no flies flying around in the bag, Val?
No. He's sleeping. It'll work out.
They're sleeping.
It's
It'll
like
work
that
out.
horse that had all four legs up when I passed him. Yeah, and I told my boss at the time, I go, oh, he's sleeping. He goes, yeah, that's right. See, that's what happens.
Yeah.
You're sticking with that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's her story.
He
Drone Life. Chris, how you doing?
explode. Oh my God, Lynn.
Believe it or not, those bodies that bloat do explode
To
eventually.
explode at some point.
That gas builds up.
Started.
I know, it's my fault. It's my fault.
Cleaning bill will be even worse, Val. You want to get him out of there.
Yeah, I'll have Tim do it.
You'll be pulling entrails off of you.
Oh,
Oh, just wait for it.
this
How
is
you
going
doing,
in my
darling?
direction.
I'm so glad you're here.
Better make sure, Val, just make sure you don't compromise the bag when you leave.
Right. As a matter of fact, put a bag over the bag.
Mr.
It's a
You
it's a
want
double bagger.
bag. Double bag.
Double bagger? You
Yeah.
funny, Curtis.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
my-
Val, Urban Dictionary, double bagger.
I'm not looking up anything you guys say anymore.
Miss Ryder done.
You gotta look-
It's
you
in the
gotta look-
Urban Dictionary though.
you
Double
gotta look
bagger.
this one up. It's in the Urban Dictionary.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad. Even Curtis knew this one. He said it.
Oh, give me a
Even
break. I knew them all.
Even Curtis.
I'm the one that kind of started it, which got me on the list of bad monkeys.
Hello, Mike Roche.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Herman,
hey,
Herman
Hey,
and
Mike.
Ari, Herman and Ari, we haven't made it to the list of bad monkeys yet.
just,
So
Apparently
let's
apparently
stay off
Lawrence-
that list.
just
apparently
wait for
Lawrence
it.
on
I
North
just
was
modded
last.
you. So you have a mod now. Thomas O'Sullivan is still here. We have Mike Roche, was blind, leg work. Hey, just popped my DJI chair.
And I think Lenny's here keeping an eye on me.
Yeah, because I had to tell her, you're being such a bad monkey.
Yeah, somebody has to.
Yeah.
Hey, Val,
Now
since you don't want to look up double bagger, I'm going to read it for you. Someone who is even uglier than a bagger. Not only does one put a bag over their head, but one puts a bag over their own head in case theirs falls off. That girl I met at the club was a double bagger.
What the hell? I gotta say, like Herman said, if they have low self-esteem, he finds them very beautiful.
Hey,
I
Val.
never said that.
Yeah, you did. You
Val,
not.
didn't he say he was out looking for someone with low self-esteem when we were in Atlantic City?
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know he was up for grabs. But evidently, you got low self-esteem. There's your guy.
Low self-esteem, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yep.
Paul, did you freeze? Uh-oh. Poor
Yeah, Paul froze. Might be
Paul.
power.
Okay.
At least when Paul freezes, it's okay. It doesn't look bad. Some of us, when they freeze, we're like, and we don't ever remember making that face. We look at it and go, did I make that face?
Paul
Hold
just,
on.
Paul
Hold
just lost his internet again.
Oh my
He
gosh.
just called me.
You know what? I don't want to remove him because if I remove him,
You
he
don't better
can't come
in.
back.
Yeah, that's it.
So let me
So just leave
think.
it like that.
Yeah, we'll just,
Just leave him.
Yeah.
Just leave him on there, Val. and
It's
I'll
kind of like the
draw
guy
it up.
downstairs in the basement. Just leave
I
him
was
there.
gonna say that, Kurt. Poor-
Yeah, you don't worry about the guy in the basement.
Well, I know where
I
Kim
never
and
went
Mark
to
are
bed
right
with
now,
an
so
ugly
we're
woman,
okay
but
for
I
that.
suddenly woke up. Oh my God, legwork.
Hey, Tomas is in the house. What's going on, Tomas?
I always say that by 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm looking hot.
Mike
I
Roach is in
tell
here.
people that
So Val, when are you heading back?
tomorrow.
I thought you were gonna go never.
I wish I could, but I have so much stuff. I gotta get home, get back to work, see my kids.
All her favorite people are back home.
Hey, what's up, Miss Ride or Die?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had fun up there, Val.
Did you read Legwork?
Yeah.
When I used to drink, I never went to bed with an ugly woman, but I certainly woke up with a view. Jesus. Jesus.
Well, that's why alcohol was invented, because ugly people need a little loving too.
Oh my God. Flight 101. What were you doing, Phantom Flight? Why do you have to watch Ken Heron's review first? What's going on?
Who, what, huh?
I don't know.
Oh, this is about the FT Aviator, I think.
Oh. Is it the FTA Aviator? Okay. Paul says powered by midnight.
I bet.
At
Mike
best.
Roach.
Oh.
Joseph Sullivan, son of a-
Oh, that's
Don't say anything bad about them, Paul, or it'll be powered by 6 a.m.
Yeah. I'm
What's
gonna
up, drone effects with Claude?
I should have my FT Aviator this week.
oh good.
Okay.
Good. Hey Clyde,
Finally.
how you doing, darling? Yeah, Ken kind of gave it a thumbs down. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I mean, Ken's a great guy, came on, right? But I haven't always agreed with his reviews. So I think watch a bunch of reviews and see what you think.
I'm
Well,
gonna be honest. To be honest with me, I love him. I love his channel.
Yeah.
But I can only watch him in small spurts because I feel like my brain is melting.
Well, it worked for him. No,
Yeah.
I watch Ken occasionally, but like you, I don't agree with everything he says. As far as the FT Aviator goes, I've looked at a few reviews on it. I think it's going to be for some people and not for others. Anybody who's got an aviation background, anyone who can fly, regular aircraft is going to love it. And
like
commercial
Claude.
operated. Yeah, I would love it. But if you've been brought up on dual sticks, on a remote controller, you might find it's not for you.
Right.
But joking, Legwork Media says joking and having a laugh is a good thing, except when it comes to reviews. People just want to know the facts, and that's I can agree with 100%.
That's the same thing. Hey, now, so that's the same thing I think. I go through, I'll put something up I want to see a review on, and I don't watch usually Ken's reviews. His show's good. He has a lot of our guys have been on his show and they just adore him. So I mean, it's just whatever it is, right? But I think that I go through so many reviews just trying to get someone to tell me the information I typed in that I get so frustrated with using sometimes YouTube because they don't always list the ones that should be up at the top. That actually I'd go through pages to find what I want.
It's a balance.
So you're saying you go outside of the clan for your information, Val?
What, Ari? I'm
Every
sorry.
time.
I was just going to say that that's the thing with reviewers. They've got a particular balance to strike. You know, yeah, a little bit of entertainment's good, but you're there for information. But then there's people from all different levels of competency watching those reviews. So you've got to get that happy balance between enough of the technical specifications to answer the questions, but not so much that 2/3 of your audience are going, what?
Yeah.
Right. Hey, what were you saying, Lawrence?
Well, I was saying, you mean to tell us you go outside of the clan for your information? With all of these knowledgeable men in here, you actually search somewhere else for info?
I got to tell you, so did Ken Bash the Stick. I think I didn't watch it, so I don't know what he did.
I thought it was coming on this week.
Yeah, sometimes I go out,
interviewing them this week.
but I will tell you, Kim said I could take his Phantom home. And so I'm thinking about, I don't want to take his Phantom because what's he going to fly? But I will say that I listened to you guys, those guys, about the Phantom. Because I know a lot of people have said, you know, you need to go with something else. But Kim knows I've been looking at the Phantoms because that's where I want to start with a really good camera drone.
Did he
Well,
tell you?
Well, Val, don't get a Phantom, get a Mavic 2 Pro, because then you can do this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I saw those, Curtis. They were gorgeous.
But
Thanks,
why
man.
can't I do that with the Phantom thingy?
Well, you can.
But you need to be able to do a bit of post work. You know, Phantoms as it comes, you can use a Mavic 2 and get that sort of appearance right off the aircraft. With a Phantom, you can, but you might have to tweak the images a bit. So you know, if you're not into post processing your images, a Mavic 2 Pro might be better for you.
Okay,
The difference is it's a 10-bit image versus an 8-bit image, so you're able to get more color depth.
Okay, so I'm going to walk backward just a minute so I understand the chat. Because even though, you know, I get what Sleeping Bear was saying, but we really do pay attention to the chat here. Right, guys? We do. And so Micro said he'd wants to see what Billy Kyle has.
I agree. I agree because Billy Kyle and both Ken Adobo's flying to Houston to do a hands-on review. And I believe Billy Kyle is also in the process of purchasing one. But Kurt just showed you a picture with the Mavic Zoom. Here's a picture that I took with a Phantom. Okay, and how do we do that?
Okay, go down to the bottom, and I'm going to say I'm fine with us sharing pictures like this.
This is a simple picture that I took with a Phantom, and now I've taken it with a Phantom 4 Professional, and I've taken it with a Phantom 4 Standard. And you want to know what? If you know how to work a camera, you shouldn't have any problem. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing how to work the camera.
Yeah, let me tell you this. This is, and I get what you're saying. I'm sorry, my back itches like heck because I'm peeling. Curtis, I get what you're saying, and it's not that I don't agree. Let me tell you what I think about it. If like the Phantom, I flew Kim's Phantom, I'll probably take it. I mean, it's a beautiful quad, and it's steady and it's big and it's good for me. But I could not for a long time. Not if I'm going to travel. Not if I'm going to do what I do. I can't get the Mavic 2 Zoom. It's not in my deck of what I'm going to be getting right now. Because I'm going to come back.
I'm not talking about the Zoom. I'm talking about the Pro.
Even the Pro.
There's a difference.
I can't afford it right now.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, they're talking.
I wish I could, though, Curtis.
I
think you're right.
Because we've all been through the rumor mill, but it is looking like a distinct possibility we're going to have the Phantom 4 back in production, at least for a few months. Over here, the asking price between a Phantom 4 Pro and a Mavic 2 Pro was only $1 apart. So they're the same sort of outlay. But I answered this question yet again on Quora communities this week. You know, what do I buy? Mavic 2 Pro. You know, and of course, it turned into a short story. And then I just ended up with the final, you know, look, I'll make it easy for you. If you just want to fly, take really lovely looking pictures and put them straight from your SD card online and have everybody love them, buy a Mavic 2 Pro. But if you're a little more technically minded and you want to get into it at a greater depth, then a Phantom 4 is going to give you better longevity, in my opinion.
Right. And I will say this, Curtis, and I'm going to smash a little bit. You are a technical savvy guy.
How is that smashing me?
Well, because that's not always good. You know, let me finish. So you know how to work all those programs. So you can fly anything and make it look like what you just showed me. Right?
No.
Yeah, you could.
So I'm not a person that believes in the, you can't polish, how do I say this? Ari, help me out here.
Excrement.
You can't polish excrement and make it look good. You can try all you want, but it's still excrement.
Always out of it. Oh,
yes, thank you, Nacho Rolling, for stating the obvious. So I've got several Val, I've got a few tutorials on my YouTube channel that you can watch. It's not that hard.
Yeah, I am gonna watch him because I have all that stuff.
And all I did in this was just Lightroom. I mean, it's a 10-bit image, so it gives you more room to work. And
that is beautiful.
I mean, I could call up Lightroom right now and just do a quick tutorial and just make one for you guys. I mean, if you want me to do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
When it comes to post editing pictures, Lightroom, most of my friends do know use Lightroom.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's all I used.
That picture that I just showed was with Lightroom. Also,
I'll put you on the spot,
Curtis.
Curtis, with just one question for a single yes or no answer, Curtis. You could have taken an image that you had captured with the Phantom 4 and made it look just like that.
Why does it have to be yes and no? The
Yes
answer is
or
yes.
no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
let me just go and do some of the stuff.
I would not have been as happy with it.
I think the flight stick. Okay, so Legwork's saying I think the flight stick model would be good for me. Yeah, because he's a plane operator and he uses operating sticks. See, this is the one thing that always kind of concerns me about reviews, right? Depending on your experience is going to really color, of course, as it should, the review you're giving. But I think that you have to step back and say, okay, so this is where it would work. And this is how you would have to practice, because nothing, at least not that I've seen, comes that easy. I mean, Kim was telling me the Phantom's really easy to fly, kind of flies itself. But for me, that's not true. That's not true at all. And I was telling him, well, okay, so here's the thing. When I watch Novice and I watch Evolution, New York Evolution, and I watch Herman, that quad is not, I mean, it's far and it's at the right height and it's slowly going around. All that stuff to me takes skill. It's not easy. So if someone reviewed that and they go, oh, this is too hard, look at it going, it takes practice. And that flight stick, I haven't used it. I don't know if it'd be good or not, but I'm assuming it'd probably be good.
I think it might be good.
this is Lightroom. This is Lightroom right here.
We're going to give you a class. So, okay, I've done nothing to this image right now. This is straight out of the drone.
That's
The very
straight
first
raw.
yeah, raw image. So the very first thing I do is I click on the image and I look for in focus.
Yeah.
And I make sure that I've got some focus. All right. The second thing I do is I look at up here and I see how much noise is in the background up here. All right. So there's some noise up here. That's some stuff I need to correct. So double click it again. First thing I do is come all the way down here to the bottom. There's the dehaze. Push the dehaze over just a little bit. So that'll smooth things out. It'll kind of mesh the pixels together. Hit auto. It automatically corrects a few things. I take my whites. If I pump them up, the lights will brighten everything out. See that? I pull my whites down. The whites are not going to go away, but it clears up this clouds up here so that you can see them. I'll brighten it up again. See what happens? They go away.
Yeah, they get blown. They call that being blown out.
Right. increase your clarity a little bit. And this is to taste. Pull your vibrance up a little bit, your saturation up a little bit. Your blacks, you can raise your blacks and it'll clear it up, but it also makes it a little like a frost is on it, or you can pull it down and darken the scene up just a little bit. Next thing I do is you can change your temperature in here. So those clouds up there, I want a little more orange in them. So I can bump it up just a bit, or I can cool the scene down.
Right.
It's a little too much, but I'll bump it up a little bit.
Just do us a favor, Curtis. Just cool that back down a bit. Till it's really not vibrant.
And pull that vibrance down just a little bit right there.
Even a bit further. You know where I'm getting in a minute.
Kurt, do you create your own preset?
Right, this is what your image would look like more when it came off the Phantom 4.
Right.
So you bring it up. It's whereas the Mavic 2 Pro is sort of halfway there before you even start the editing.
Okay, so because this is my show, I'm going to step in here and straighten this all out. Okay, so.
So that's all there is to it, is all I'm saying.
Hey, Kurt, do you create presets?
If I did what it would look like from a Mavic 4 Pro or Mavic 3, because that's what I'd be using, and I did that first, the one without all the stuff, I'd be like, woohoo, look at me. Look what I took a picture of. Look how great that is. But
Val, usually when we start out, and Kurt and everyone can confirm this, when you start out, that is woohoo, aha. And then as you meet people like us, we say, well, the sky's a little blown out. And you say, well, how do I keep the sky from being blown out? And before you know it, you know every part of it.
So part of the key thing for me in those night images is the lights, and by pulling down the whites, you get those under control.
So that's what they call white balance, yeah?
No. White balance is telling the software or the camera what is actually white in the scene. You pick something that's in the scene that is actually white and say, this is my white. This is my white balance.
Right.
And don't feel bad about it, Val, because and Lawrence and Curtis are very right, but it comes down to your own personal skill set. I can fly anything, and I can fly it anywhere, and I could strip down every drone I own to its basic components, repair it, probably improve on the design. But when it comes to taking photographs, no. And I don't know whether you guys know Brad, Drone Kings in Darwin. He's another guy who's really good on imaging, and a friend of mine. And my imaging is by far and away my weakest suit, and I'll get something up that I think is, pretty reasonable for my standards. And within a day, I'll get a message from Brad saying, "Oh, you could have color corrected that; it would have been better."
Oh my God!
But Val, you'll also find out, Val, that when it comes to post editing and coloring, it's all what your eye can see, because you may see a shade of gray that I can't see. You understand? So it's a matter of finding that balance that you like, that doesn't look too crazy. Like the picture behind Natro, that's a well-balanced picture because the clouds have detail, the sky has detail.
Well, let me put it to you another way. It's also the taste of the artist.
Yes.
There's a good friend of mine. His name's Stig Eidesal. He's in Norway, and he just finished filming some Tall Boats Festival, the big, huge 3-masted schooners and all that stuff. I don't have the balls to do a black and white photo, but he did. He took the Mavic 2 Pro, put it up in the air, and did a black and white photo and posted those in the groups, and they are amazing. Amazing. So it's all in the eyes of the person who's developing the photo, what they want to see and what they want to get out of the photo.
That's true.
You don't ever listen. You may listen to techniques of how to do things, but you don't listen to other people say, well, you're too much whites in that, or it's too much blacks in this, or the sky is blown out, or it's this is done, or that's done. And this is me just saying my opinion here. It's what you want to see.
It's true. It's personal preference.
Right.
Yeah.
So really quick, I'm going to call him just a minute, Nacho, but Ms. Ryder Dye said $18.99 plus tax. Oh my God, that's a lot just for me to crash in a tree. I will be calling the fire department all the time. You know what? Kim's climbed trees. One like climbed trees to go get his drone. See, I think the thing is with these drones, you don't really expect to land in the tree so much. But I will say for $18.99, that's a lot of travel. I can go see my dad. He's like 83 now, which I need to go see him more. I could come see Roger, my best friend now, because he gets me Tim Hortons. And, so
Yeah,
that,
but think about how many people would see your amazing photos. I'm going to say something else here too that is going to step over the line just a little bit.
oh
But
God.
in my estimation, in the drone community, some of the best photos that I've seen that have impressed me have come from females. The perspective from a female point of view versus a male point of view.
Completely different. You could take the same scenario and a male and a female can take the exact same picture and it will look totally different.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Their perspective, their idea of what the photo should be, and and maybe it's because I don't, when I look at that scene and I want to photograph it, maybe I don't look at it like they do, which is why I'm attracted to that photo. But so, you know, some of my female friends that fly, I'm blown away some of the times of the photos they post.
Okay,
So-
really quick, I have to call on Nacho. Go ahead, Nacho.
I forgot what I was going to say. Doesn't matter.
Okay, moving
He's
along.
got nothing, Val.
Go on.
Sorry, Curtis. He's got nothing.
He's got nothing.
So Mike Roche said it's all opinion. There's a local guy who posts a lot of photos on Facebook. They're way over processed in my opinion, but the average person loves them. And I'm going to
Exactly.
say that's
Yeah.
right. That's absolutely right. Yes, Nacho.
Oh, he forgot it
I'm
again.
I'm an old school photographer. Okay, I didn't shoot color photography until digital came out. I didn't even touch color film. And people, old school guys who do color, they like color accuracy. But it seems like accuracy isn't really a thing anymore. People go in for that oversaturated, crazy. I mean, just take a look at my Instagram page and you'll see, it's beautiful stuff. But at what point is it not photography and it's really graphic arts at that point? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
agreed.
And that's
I won't
spot
agree. I
on.
won't disagree with that either.
look at like you said, the picture behind me. This
Beautiful.
I shot that with the Canon a couple last week or the week before. It was Mount Hood. I love this, but it's color accurate. I try to match the setup. Although I admit I might have made it a little warmer because it was midday. But I like to try to keep as close to accurate as possible. But I worked for a newspaper and I worked for magazines, and accuracy was a thing. But now it's more like graphic arts.
Yeah, you're right. I think I would say that I'm not an artist at all. I'm a technician, and I think it also comes from the point of view of what you want and what you're trying to achieve. Some of these guys are artists. I'm a commercial pilot. Most of my stuff is maps or inspections. When I'm flying, as you guys have noticed, when I'm live streaming, I'm constantly fiddling with the camera settings because I'm just trying to keep it consistent from one end of the flight to the other. Because I generally don't color correct, or I cut the pieces that I want out, I join them together. But generally speaking, the footage that comes off my aircraft is what goes up onto the online or to the customer.
Right.
I'm not an artist,
and I
see
think-
myself in.
Right. I think sometimes when we review products, we take them as if everyone who gets is probably going to be the expert. We got to remember, you don't become a photographer just because you picked up a camera. Now, you certainly take pictures, but you're not a photographer, so to speak, a
Val,
professional.
that's so true, because I know people here in New York that they can afford to buy the best of whatever subject that is. If it's photography, they can buy the best camera. If it's flying drones, they buy the best drone. But I know a lot of people that take pictures with that expensive stuff and it's crap. I was the only one at one time that had a Phantom 4 standard. Everyone else had Mavic 2s, Phantom 4 Pros, and my pictures, and if you ask me, from that Phantom 4 standard were, if not just as good, and or slightly better, because I have a better eye in certain things.
Well, I
if
was
you have-
talking, oh, go ahead.
if you have a camera that's 12 megapixel and it shows 32 million colors, you can't see half of 32 million colors. So who are you to tell me that my picture's worse than yours?
See that they're nerds. They're techno nerds.
Right,
Go out
right.
and buy this thing that can do the best job in taking their ability out of the
Well, not
out of
that
the
so much,
concept.
Nacho. Here in New York, these guys are buying it just to say I got one.
Well, and
Listen,
I'm going to say, I have
I tried out.
nothing against, it's like when people used to make cakes. So now you can buy a cake mix and they tell you to add the eggs and then add, and really if you just threw it all in a pan and blended it up, it'd be the same thing. But they don't want you to feel like you aren't actually baking. And the cake's going to be great. I mean, it's going to be good. If you can do some that can help you be a little more professional without spending years, I'm okay with that. I don't have anything against technology. The thing
Okay,
is,
Val,
though, I
but-
do not have an eye for art when it comes to that.
But Val, to be honest, can you tell the difference between pancakes that are made from scratch or pancakes you just add water?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Val, I think it boils down to stop thinking about technique, stop thinking about equipment.
Right.
You know in your heart when you look at a photo if you like the photo or not. So you can pick any photo you want on the internet, Google photos, and you'll look at the photo that you like and go, okay, I like this. Now, what is it you like about that photo?
Right.
Whether it be the color, whether it be the composition, the way it's framed, whatever it is. So when you go out and film and fly and you capture a similar photo, you're like, oh yeah, I remember I like that photo and it was framed this way. So I'm going to frame my shot that way. And then you come home and you look at the photo, you go, it's really beautiful. I like this. I'm going to put it out there.
Nice.
And then as time goes by, you go, you know what? There's another thing I liked about that. The white balance or the saturation was a little more or a little less, or it was black and white. And then you start tweaking it and you go, okay, let me get Lightroom or let me get a Aurora or any of these other photo editing things. And then you start tweaking a little bit and you're just making it for yourself. That is the key. You're making this for yourself.
Well,
But
The discovery process is finding out what you like. And a lot of it, I think, and something that I did was I went on Google Images and I like waterfalls. So I typed in waterfalls and in the photos that I liked, I was like, okay, I like this one. I like this one. How did they do that? And then I went and figured out what they did to get that image the way it is. That's the way you do it.
Yeah,
you don't sit around and say, I need to buy the best camera. I need to buy this, or I need to oversaturate. You need to figure out first what you like in a photo and then start doing what you want to do.
I agree with you, Kurt, 1000%, because you see this picture behind me? Everyone who knows this globe knows it's not gold. It's more like a platinum gray if you see it in real life. But I said, I wonder how it would look with a gold hue to it.
Exactly.
I like it better than in a natural picture. It's personal preference. If you don't like it, you're not going to show anyone it.
Absolutely blind. That's what they're saying.
If you don't like it, you're not going to show anyone your work. You're only going to show them stuff you like.
So Ari, what were you saying?
I was just going to say the guys are right. You've got to decide what you want. Although I think
I do like the gold on the globe.
Most people who are honest admit that part of that is learning what you're going to steal from somebody else's technique. You see things, as Curtis was saying, you see something that you like, and you think,
they call it learn.
Yeah, well, it is, and like I don't with photography, not so much, but even though I've been flying 30 years, I see other people flying in certain manners, and I think, I'm going to try it. Paul Murray is an example. I've picked up a few of his techniques that I'm trying to incorporate in how I fly, let alone the photography side of it. And I think that's what he does. When the Mavic 2 Professional became so popular, not with people like Curtis or Lawrence or Dennis who really know photography, but with just the general people who go down to Walmart and buy one, was the thing that people, the term you hear all these days is, it really pops. It pops, that's the way of saying, I don't really know what it is that I like, but I like it because it strikes me. And the Mavic 2 Pro, it just pops right off the card.
Well, I think that critical thinking piece is probably what I'm lacking sometimes when it comes to art. Because you know the sheep pictures that are at my house and people tease, oh look, it's a sheep's butt or whatever. I love those pictures.
So that's all that matters. That's really all that matters.
Yeah, I just
Exactly.
think there.
Exactly.
What is Kim offering you, Val? A Phantom 4? No, it's the Phantom 3. He's been talking, saying he's getting bored flying it for a while, and I went out and flew it, and it was spectacular. I love the Phantom. That's a beautiful thing.
I could be going out on a limb here, but after hearing Kim this morning on the broadcast, I'm pretty sure that he's all FPV right now. I don't.
Oh my God!
I don't think he's interested in that Phantom anymore.
No, it's all FPV and breaking FPV.
Oh, you want to know what, Val?
It is.
Val, that's the fun part about it, because when you learn FPV, you learn every part of the drone. You learn the flight controller, which controls where it goes, and the motors. You learn the wiring. You learn every little bit. So you know if you hook your drone up to the computer and it says the ESC is burnt out, you know how to replace it. And right now, Kim is going to eat, drink, and sleep FPV after flying a freaking 5-inch.
Can I tell you?
Because I did it my first time.
So I have to tell you really quick before he comes in. So he's rewatching his drone video and he's going, yeah, Kim, pop, pop, yeah. You know, and he is so excited about that flying. And it's so fun to see his reaction to what he's doing. And Mark, you know, I tease and say I taught him everything, but you guys know I don't know the first thing. And Mark came up here and got him on there and gave him 5 minutes of instruction, put his goggle on the same as Kim's, right? So they could see the same thing and said, okay, go for it.
Right. And
First thing Kim did was run it into his own leg. I mean, it was classic.
I wanted to make one more statement and finish up the photo thing, just to give you an idea, and then I'm done with it. When I did this last, in fact, when I do any photos, but when I did this last series of photos, I made them for me and I posted them online, and I'm always amazed when people say, "Ooh, I like that."
I loved it.
But you do, Curtis. You're very good at this.
But I am still amazed that people like it because I make it for me. I'm reading in the chat over here, like Thomas O'Sullivan says, Nacho Roland, spot on. I see that too many pictures are over edited and they look fake, as you said, like a graphic poster.
Eyeballs.
So yeah, I'm probably over edited, no doubt about it. But I made it for me, and I'm always amazed that other people enjoy it and like it. I truly am amazed. So,
but I get it, Curtis. I get there's different schools of photography. There's art. There's real, absolute realism, commercial. I realize I get it straight away. You're geared towards the art side of it, and I just instantly appreciate it on that level. It looks great.
Thank you. I am humbled. I truly am.
I like the pictures too, by the way. Just saying.
Well, thank you. I'm double humbled.
Big wet one on your keister. Right there.
Done.
I just I don't talk to Dennis about his images because everything he does makes me feel inadequate.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and that's the difference.
Feel better about yourself.
Let me just say, Dennis, is a laugh and a half because he brings humor. He does all that. So you wouldn't stop and say this guy's an artist, but he is. So you're a great photographer. But I would never put that with him. I would have never put those two things together. But as you get to know him, you start putting that together.
I'm like,
why are you surprised, Val? They say that Leonardo da Vinci was an artist. Why are you surprised that Dennis is an artist? Leonardo da Vinci was an asshole.
Yeah, we all come on here and we laugh and we talk and we don't always show what our skills in our personal life because it's his professional life. He's a photographer. But
that was another classic monkey moment there, by the way, Ari.
Yeah. And then he puts something up and you see it and you're like, okay, now this all makes more sense. Oh, Curtis Dart, I really liked your photos. I like them all. They're awesome pictures. I was on about ones I've seen of my town that were put a few weeks ago and they were really over edited.
Oh, I wasn't, Thomas. Yeah. I was only pointing out what you said. I wasn't saying that you didn't like it or anything like that. And I wasn't trying to be negative. I was just saying that everybody has a different opinion of it. But when I do my stuff, I do it for me. And then when I put it online, I go, what are people going to say? So that's all I was saying. I'm always amazed when people look at my photos and they go, they like that. It's always amazing to me. I don't
Public
expect people to
service-
like my stuff.
Public service announcement. Centroid is leaving Val in Canada. He's out.
He is
It's
leaving
not my
Val in
fault
Canada.
if I'm here. It's an
Centroid has left the building.
Yeah, we've
I
got to go for
myself
accuracy,
edit
Lawrence.
differently
Let's quote
depending
this
where I'm
correctly.
going.
Curtis,
I'm
you know,
leaving Val in Canada.
that is what most people do. You know, if you're taking pictures and you develop them, you are developing to your taste, because I can't develop anything to anybody else's like, because I don't know what they like.
Well, I
And-
will
and
tell
then-
you. I
And
will
then you're
tell
chasing.
you.
If you do, you're chasing after something that's difficult.
Right.
This is art.
You'll never be able to fulfill that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I understand from some artists, because I've known artists. My mother was an artist. I mean, I know people who do art, but I think they learn sometimes. They try to get taught in colleges and other places how to do art that appeals to the masses. This is what appeals to the masses. So you have to hold on just a minute. I'll get you, Nacho. But here's the thing, you have to be able to be one of those critical thinkers who can walk past that and say, okay, I just don't give a damn what
No.
appeals to the masses. I have
Over
learned
there.
the skills. Now I'm going to do what I want to do. Yes, Nacho.
You need to know the rules before you can break the rules.
Yes,
Good
exactly.
foundation, because if you look at all the really famous guys, they know how to bend the rules. And I'm going to say bend instead of breaking, because you still see them using the good rules of composition, but they definitely twist them to the point where they're broken.
Right.
The guideline. You should know how to do
Yes.
something right before you modify it.
Yes.
What were you going to say,
Ari?
Lori?
I was just going to say you had it right with, people learn what appeals to the masses. And I'm going to sort of jump tracks here. Most of you know that once upon a time I was a musician. I don't know whether I'd call myself that anymore, but I used to perform publicly and this sort of thing. And one of the major reasons I stopped, and I just teach and I play for myself, was I got tired of playing what the crowd wanted to hear. I wanted to play what I wanted to play. I wanted to do my art. And when musicians get together, we'll all play the same piece, but every one of us plays it slightly differently. And we look at it and go, hey, I like that. Or, no, I think I like the way I did that better. It's just, and it bleeds over into any form of art, and photography is one.
Well, right. Photography. I mean, I
It's
love
one of
black
the
and
reasons one of the reasons why I shy away from doing commercial work.
Oh,
I don't want to try to capture somebody else's idea. I just want to do mine.
it's actually easier than you'd think. I mean,
I didn't say it wasn't easy. I said I don't want to try to do it.
It's actually quite easy because you don't have to be, especially if you have some guy who's like he kind of wants you to be an extension of the camera, and you come in there and you give them what they want. It's not bad. Then you give them what they want, and then you throw what you think would look better in with it, and they go, oh, it's all in like it's like planting a seed, and not dropping off a tree in their yard. You have to plant the seed and nurture it when you deal with customers.
I'll give you. I need to be more specific when I say that. I have a friend that repairs barges, and he wants me to film a before and after barge. I'm not really interested in filming his before and after barges.
Yay.
I would rather spend my time, because I have a full-time job and it's not, I have to give up my weekend to go film barges. I would rather go film something that I find interesting. It's kind of what I'm saying.
So as we're talking more of the technical, I'm going to bring it back to kind of where we were a little bit. And that was, we were talking about the flight stick. Did Nacho leave?
He'll be within earshot.
Okay. So
no. Yeah, he has dropped out. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. So so Curtis, I think that and all of you, especially with the flight
Why
stick,
did he leave? Is something I say?
yeah, I'm sure it's your fault. Anyway, no, it's your naughty monkey. No, I think he hits things and actually accidentally knocks himself out a lot, but he also gets patience because he's working.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
He accidentally knocks himself out.
Yeah, for like the next half hour. But I think that with the flight stick, it's going to be preference. I do think the people who have flown actual planes and stuff, they're going to catch on super easy. The people who have used that kind of stuff for playing games and stuff are going to catch on easy. And the other people, come on, you're going to have to take the time to learn it. And the problem with reviews, because that's what we were talking about, is you get on it, you do a bunch of this, and you go, it doesn't work for me, it's not good. But that's not completely true, is it? You have
I
to
think it's
practice and decide.
Well,
And
I think it's both ends of the spectrum. It's going to appeal to, Val. Those who can fly manned aircraft, regular aircraft, but also people who have zero flight experience, have never flown a drone or an RC aircraft. If you're coming in and you don't have to relearn, I'm probably going to give it a go if I can afford one.
Well, let me put it this way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Ken called me and talked to me for a little bit before he was going to go on with this. At first, he didn't want to do it. He thought it was silly. Why would we need a new controller? We've had an RC like this forever.
Yes.
If you reverse, and people are worried about, hey, can I do this? Because I've done, the dual sticks for years. Can I do this? Let's reverse this for 1 second. Let's say you started with the FT Aviator and now you have to do dual sticks. Okay. It's going to be a whole lot bigger learning curve than it is to work with the FT Aviator from the very beginning. The people that I've seen pick it up, the honest people, the everyday people, Tommy, the news guy on our show, he picked it up for the very first time. He put it in some kids' hands as well as the regular RC. And that was the first time they've flown. And he's got this on video. And they all wanted to fly with the FT Aviator. The thing that most people are having a problem with is the fact that you have to have the RC still hooked up. So it's an additional piece of equipment that you need to carry to the field that is the actual issue. The flying portion, the utilizing the FT Aviator, is not really the issue. It's one-handed control in the air. Everything you do flying, not camera, everything you do flying is right here. Everything's right here. Makes everything super simple. Once you get that thing in the air and you learn how to orbit around yourself, and it's a perfect circle, and you upload your flight log to Air Data, and you look at that circle and you go, oh my God, I have never done a perfect circle around myself ever. I can orbit around, but since it kind of, you get that oblong circle, you don't get quite the same thing. When you can do a perfect circle around an object or yourself or whatever, just using forward and twist and just hold it, it's precision flying.
Well,
it is.
And I'm going to break in really. Oh, I'm sorry, Herman. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying to you when I first saw that, Curtis, and I said, we coming from the 80s where we had the Wiko joysticks.
Yes.
Now those same video games are now being played with buttons.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, these controllers that they have now for the Xbox and the PlayStations are buttons.
Yes.
It's not a joystick at all. It's just buttons.
It's buttons now. Yes.
And people went and retaught themselves that. The guys that are still playing video games retaught themselves from a joystick to using buttons.
Right.
So, I mean, how hard is it that, because that was one of the complaints I heard on other live streams when guys were mentioning about this controller. And the thing was that nobody really wanted to go back from what they had to learn in the two-stick movement.
Right, because we like the easiest thing, right? This is why, I'm not the thinnest person. Because it's much easier to eat than to say I'm not going to eat. But here's the one thing I think what we forget. And I do, Mike Roach, I am going to repeat what you're saying. If that's the FT Aviator works good, that's if it works good. I'm interested in quality too. So the one thing is, okay, is it a learning curve for some? Yes. But if you have a...
No. I really I'm going to have to disagree with you. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and you're flying. There is no real learning curve with this.
So let me go back. And so let me finish my thought before you disagree with me. So if there's a learning curve, and maybe minutes, I'm thinking about people like me, right? If there is a learning curve, but I'm not really thinking about me using it. I'm thinking about somebody who has limited dexterity in their hands. Is that going to make a difference for them? It probably will.
That's a totally different discussion.
Well, it's the one I'm having.
Okay.
Well,
I'm just saying, I just got it. Yes, Ari.
Yeah, look, I'll I'll call a spade a bloody shovel. For somebody like Mike Roche, he would be better off staying with the sticks. The reason I'm going to go over, and if I can just get this out because I'm going to have to shoot through in a minute. Okay, if you're used to sticks, you might find it a little bit daunting to move over to a controller. I flew fixed wing before I flew RC. I've been flying RC 30 years. I like the idea of a single controller, and if they're affordable when they make it to Australia, I'm going to have one. But the other thing is, when it comes down to sticks, you know, most people who only fly drones, they're only used to mode 2. There's actually 4 major modes, different configuration of those sticks. Now, I fly 4 because I was a flight instructor at the local airfield for years. And sometimes that mucks me up. I nearly dumped my Phantom 3 days ago. I was hovering about 6 meters above the water, and I went to move backwards, and I pulled back on the left stick because my brain was in mode 1 mode, and I was flying mode 2, and the drone dropped 3 meters before I grabbed it. You know, and that becomes a problem when you go out to the airfield and you're flying somebody else's aircraft, and they're on a different mode to you. You know, you can change gear mentally for the duration of that flight. So for me, it's going to be easier to use a single stick. And I agree with Curtis. If you're worried about learning curve, don't be. And for people like you, Val, I reckon that if you could afford it, an FT Aviator will be better. It's going to be quicker to learn an FT Aviator than it is to learn sticks. If you've been flying sticks for 30 years, I still think you'll be able to transition fairly quickly. But there are going to be certain cases, people with limited mobility, this sort of thing, who are not going to be able to use it. That's for sure.
I just dropped a discount code for the FT
thank
Aviator.
you, Curtis.
I like the fact that you can have, Val, the Aviator and the regular controller, which is a master-slave situation. So if somebody's trying to show you how to fly and you're on the Aviator or you're on the sticks, you can take control of either one. So that does have its advantages by being hooked up to an actual controller, you know. And I teach people how to fly. I teach them how to fly manually with drones with no GPS, no altitude hold. You know why? Because drones lose their GPS, and every now and then the altitude hold goes out. Rarely
you get all those drones
GPS. So I could see you, Val, learning how to fly on the Aviator, and then once becoming comfortable, deciding whether you want to use sticks or the Aviator.
I think Val would be a lot more comfortable with the FT Aviator since she's starting out.
Yeah.
You know, that could possibly be
Precision
true.
flying.
Flown it, but I like precision.
Do you know how much bragging Val would do if she was able to precision fly?
Yeah, tell them feel free to send me one because that's the only way I'd be able to get it.
Will it
Tell
work?
them if they want a female to test it out who flies like a gal. Some of our gals are just phenomenal, but it's not going to be me. I'm not the phenomenal flyer.
Well, I dropped a discount code in the chat over there if anybody wants to get one. It's only $50, but hey, $50 is $50.
No, if you're going to buy it and you want to get it anyway, $50 is huge. It's a good discount. So what I'm going to say is, okay, so I'll go back, listen to the reviews, go through all of them, but remember, these are people and they're subjective. It's not always objective. It's usually subjective. It's what they like, what they're used to, and what they do. And that's just how that works. Just how it works.
I think somebody had it right before. I'm going to be interested to see what young Billy Kyle says about it.
Women drivers,
I like his reviews. He's always got a good balance between technicality and the layman's thing. And, you know, he doesn't gloss over faults, but he doesn't focus on them to the point of making the whole review about one
negative
isolated.
So who is this?
Billy Kyle.
Young Billy Kyle.
Oh my God, what an impressive young man that is. He's so impressive. I would love to see him do a review because I don't think that he's, I'm sorry to say, sold his soul yet.
No,
so
he hasn't.
that'd be really interesting. And I'm sorry to say that, but I think some have. I think I've known a few reviewers, probably more, and I don't want to upset anyone if I forget them. But I know True Drone Reviews does some spot on reviews. I think Billy Kyle, I think there's some out there who I would listen to them and I would trust. Now, it's not that what they can do, I'm going to be able to do, but they'll give you the truth. I think so.
I
think
hate doing reviews myself.
Well, it's hard. I'm going to start doing some only because it's stuff that I already use.
Reviews bring more money to your YouTube channel, plain and
Well,
simple. Billy
yeah.
Kyle told me, he says straight up, if it wasn't for the reviews that he did, he would have an average channel.
Yeah, that's the truth. But let me tell
But
you,
if he only did average reviews, he'd only have an average channel. He's good. What
He's
impressed
good.
me about him is, you know, I'm a nobody. He did a review a while back. He lost a drone in water. And I just put in a comment about, you know, yep, well, if you'd have taken into account this, that, and the other, I'm not going to go into it. And he actually took the time out to respond to me, and we went back and forth a bit. And that impressed me. And it was no means contentious or an argument. We were having a discussion. He's a very open-minded guy. And the other fellow who's good for, if you're non-technical at all, and I like him because he keeps it really simple, and also because he doesn't actually draw a conclusion. He lays it all out there, and then lets you make your conclusion. Is Captain Drone? I don't know his name. He's never goes into it too deep, but if you just want to skim over the surface, he's not bad.
Right. And I think I watch some guys talk about the Osmo Pocket. I watched a lot of reviews, and I got to tell you, it's funny because one of the gals who did it, and she did racing, made me think that the Pocket would absolutely be the absolute one that I would want, and not the Action Cam. I think my Hero 5's good for what I want for action, and the other one was the Pocket was good for just being on the street and having something small to handle. But I do think that is just it's preference too. A lot of it's preference in what you think the color should look like and what you think the pic should look like. It's a lot of it's preference. So you can use reviews to kind of be that stepping stone to find out a lot more about a product. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have is what you think.
Basically, it does come down to what you think, because you can watch one review and you can watch 1,000. The perfect example is Martin Scorsese. He's a very great producer of movies. If you notice, he has a certain style, and his style is from the 60s and 70s. He makes all of his films look like they're from that time period, but everything he makes is a classic, and he's been doing it in that style for so long. If he did something different, you wouldn't know what to make of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Do
the one
what you
thing
do well.
about YouTube and anything else, when you got people, you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
It's all about how that person physically appeals to you when you're watching them. That's the first and foremost. Are you comfortable with watching this person? And that takes over the whole thing, whether you know it or not. Subconsciously, that takes over the whole thing. Now, after that, it's whatever they have to say about the product.
True.
Oh, well, let me just say, I got a stand one time for like this little stand that would hold my phone so I could talk into it, and it would tape things. And I thought it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. But about a month in, it broke. I'd already done the review. I felt so bad because I told people I just loved it.
You go back and you recant the review.
Yeah,
You do a 2-month on review or whatever.
It's kind of garbage.
Honesty. You go back and say, look, I loved it in the beginning, but this thing only lasted a month.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I was like, what the hell?
I like people who keep their integrity. I mean, we all know a certain guy. He's a bit of a card in the Middle East. We won't mention any names. And he gets a lot of stuff to review, but I noticed that not a lot of it, well, not all of it, makes it onto his channel. The stuff that's good gets a review, but the stuff that isn't good just never appears. He doesn't get on there and bag it, but it just doesn't appear.
Is that Rotor Deal?
No, I didn't say I was going to mention a name.
Oh, I like him. Yes.
Yep.
Right. Also,
when he's talking to you personally, he has no problems in telling you, "Oh, that's shit." Yeah.
But I think that's right. I mean, if you're uncomfortable with saying something's a piece of crap, which some of our reviewers don't mind saying, they just say it, and then that's fine. But I like this one guy. that I watch, and he's Russian, and he does all these products, but some of the products are garbage. And he's like, "Oh, I think this is really good," and I'm like, "Oh, hell no."
You know why? Because he's become a robot, and he probably has a few thousand subscribers. And when he pushes a video out, like some people I know, they put a video out and they get 300, 400, 500 views, whether it's crap or not.
Oh, this guy has millions of viewers. They
Exactly my point.
Garbage.
So if he does a video on toilet paper and says this toilet paper sucks, I can't stand it, and this one is half-assed, guess they're gonna, no matter what, the people, out of a million people statistically, the odds are that at least 250,000 are gonna watch that video from the beginning to the end.
I would think the one that you called half-ass would be the lesser toilet paper. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if you're gonna give it a rating and you call it half-ass, it's not a very good toilet
That's why
paper.
he's the naughty monkey. That's why he's the naughty monkey.
This toilet paper is half-assed, so you're going to need 2 rolls.
Right.
Lawrence and Herman and I are never going to get
Guys,
on
oh
as
my
reviewers.
God. What I'm gonna do with you all? No, I gotta tell you, when a new product launches, I've heard so much good buzz of this aviator. I've heard some negative stuff, but I've heard a lot of positive. But since it's not widely out there yet, I would say it's a bit subjective, some of the stuff. So
well, Val, I can honestly say I can correct you on one thing.
Always.
Theater has been out there for a while. Okay, he is making a name for it. It's just a matter of marketing and production, because this guy eats, drinks, and sleeps the Aviator. And every time, I can tell you, since we did a Sunday nights with those guys and that FT Aviator, just due to certain tag words, I'm still getting views on that particular live stream.
Good.
His numbers are going up every day on it. So they are making a name, and just due to the fact that DJI was even willing to give them an SDK, or that lets you know he is headed in the right direction. And
I think so. I think
preference. Who wants a phone this big or who wants a phone this big? That's what it freaking comes to.
I think so.
Well, there's an additional marketing thing here too. He is a very interesting person.
Oh yeah.
So when you just to talk to a man of his caliber and his achievements is amazing in itself. If it had nothing to do with the FT Aviator, the conversation and interview would still last an hour.
So let me ask you a question. How many of these are out there right now?
How many?
I could go ask.
I mean, what do you think? Are they actually for sale right now?
Yeah, they're for sale.
They've been for sale.
I just dropped a coupon code in there.
Yeah, so
it'd be in the
I'm
hot
asking
100
because
for
Mike
sale.
Roche is asking. Mike Roche is asking how many are out there, so that's why I was asking. I wasn't trying to be whatever.
I'm pretty sure you would have to have an accurate number or a guesstimate of numbers. You would probably have to ask Scott himself.
Yeah, because I found
That's
him
a logistics
also
thing.
very, very good. I thought every stream he's been in, he's just been phenomenal. So I thank you, Curtis, for introducing us all to him in the Aviator, because I think it's been great, and I think it's going to be great in the community as a whole.
Well, I just want to kind of clear up one thing real quick in case anybody hadn't figured it out. I'm working for him.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, it just kind of dawned on me for a second, you know, because I mean, I don't have one, and the essentially they're not making a major purchase to get them all shipped in at once. They're not sure how many people would actually be interested in them, because there was a huge pushback at first, and part of my marketing team was brought in to see what we could do to generate interest. And one of the things that I did, one of the things that I did was start talking to my friends on doing live shows and doing shows with him. So I just want to clear that up in case anybody was wondering.
No, I knew that for the way it was coming out, but I still think you've done a wonderful job. Marketing is not easy, to say the least, but you've done a wonderful job in that.
Well, the key thing that I told them right off the beginning was, and they were advertising, and I said, advertising, straight up, buy my product will not work. Yeah, you'll get some sales. You have to get out there and talk to the people. You have to let them know. You have to get the product into people's hands and say, hey, try this out. And they listen to us, and they're reaping the benefits from it. They've gone beyond me and the marketing team that I work with, and now they're reaching out to other viral marketers. So they're doing really, really well.
So Mike Roach is saying he's phenomenal, but is the aviator phenomenal? That is the question. Ari?
Yeah, I've got to shoot through, Val, but I just want to recant on something I said earlier, because I've just realized that I wasn't really thinking when I said that it might not be for somebody like Mike Roach, because what was in my mind was the twist action on the stick might be difficult for Mike. But hey, he's already devised methods to operate the standard controller in a far better manner than 98% of people I know. Who am I to say that he would find it hard? He would probably find a usable workaround for himself in 10 minutes flat. So I'm sorry, Mike. I should not underestimate you like that.
Oh, no, he's quite capable. Yeah.
Well, on top of that, he has had a conversation with Mike, and I guess I should let Mike come on and talk about it, actually. But there's been a conversation about voice commands as well, in addition to, and it is very possible, from Scott's point of view, very possible to implement voice commands into the FT Aviator that will accent or accentuate, or what am I trying to say here? It will make it even better for someone who has augment. Yes, thank you, Ari. Classy as always. I love it, brother. Will augment what they need to make it work for them. And that's the direction that Scott's going. His idea, first and foremost, is to disrupt technology, come up with a new idea, and get it out there and get it into the hands of people that can use it, and get it into hands of people that are wanting to be in the hobby but can't quite utilize the system that we have in place right now. So it won't be for every person that has a disability, but it will cover a lot of ground. And for those that it don't, they're going to be looking at individual solutions and ways to improve it.
So was this in itself made for somebody that might have disabilities, or was this
specifically the way this thing came about? The way this thing came about was Scott is into surgery. He's a surgeon, and he's specializing in robotic, not just open heart, but open chest surgery, where it's very, very precise. And this was a tool that they were using, and they started to develop it a little bit further with using some of the NASA technology for even more precise movements. At the very same time, he got interested in drones. He's not one guy. He gets on something and he focuses on it, and then but to divert himself from time to time, he has to break away and go do something else, because when you focus on something too hard, your brain goes mush. So he found drones, and it was like, hey, I'm gonna go play with drones. And then he's like, wait a minute, I can take this thing that I'm using for robotic surgery, dumb it down just a little bit, literally, because it doesn't need all the functions that it has for robotic surgery. I can use this over here. So he contacted DJI, got the SDK. It was strictly for him, because he's a precise guy. He wants precision in everything that he does in his life. So now he's developed this. He's like, wait a minute, there might be more people interested in it. So he tells a few of his friends. A few of his friends say, we're going to finance you. We're going to make this happen. So they started building a bunch of prototypes based on the financing. Everybody that got it liked it. So they created a crowd fund. They got funded. They're producing them now.
Yeah, I think it's terrific that they're doing that. So guys, we are coming up on the 9 o'clock hour Eastern time. And because I'm at Rogers, I want to go spend my last night with them just a little bit more. Hope you understand. But my show usually only goes for 2 hours. Hey, I want to say, Ari, it's just always a pleasure to have you in my dark.
Isn't it like 11, 10 o'clock in the morning over there in Australia?
Yeah, but hang on, I'll bring it up. It's 11 o'clock spot on. You're right. Look, Val, thanks. I have a ball every time I come in. I was feeling very ordinary a week or two ago, but the medication's helping, and I'm in a much better frame of mind. I'm still a bit bedbound, but I've got my iPad working and another one now for the chat. So I have a ball.
That's what I had
really
to do
glad you
too.
asked me.
Or you always bring class to the broadcast.
Yeah, you really
And
just
and
love
and
the
Phantom and Herman, can you guys hear me? Herman and Lawrence, yeah, you guys are just the best. I mean, that's when I first started talking to Kim and other people about starting to look at phantoms, was because what I see you guys do. Because you
Thank
guys
you
are
very much.
phenomenal flyers, and I just enjoy watching you. So I just so appreciate the contributions that you've made, not only to my show but to my life. And I just want to say thank you. And Curtis, my man,
Oh, thank
I'm a
you.
naughty monkey.
you are always a naughty monkey, but I will say that I'm really enjoying what you bring. So I am so appreciative of you and all the stuff you do. And you are definitely my go-to guy with tech. And I just think you're phenomenal. And I love those beach pictures. And I just went to the beach recently, and I want to talk to you about one picture that I want to do something different to that I took, because I love those pictures where the people are kind of really dark and they're right in the sun's ray, right?
Val
Right.
wants to Photoshop her clothes back on.
Well, some things you just should never see.
Which is why she's wanting to end the stream so she can show us the artistic nudes by Val.
So I'm going to want your help just to see if there's something I can do, because I want to give it as a gift. And so I just need to make sure it's right before I do that. So
Well,
anyway,
hey, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for joining in. Be sure and hit that like button on the way out. It's free, you know. There's a day when Val might start charging you to use that like button.
I know.
This is true. I can see that happening.
So enjoyable. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Was blind, Miss Ride or Die, Rad Girl, Ariel Williams, all the gals that come in here and just give me that great support. Thank you so much.
Wait a minute, hold on 1 second. When are you going to do an all-girl show? Get rid of us guys and just do all your girlfriends.
Well, we'll be talking about that later.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to say, and Len, thank you so much. And all you guys, thank you for all the support and coming in. I just love you all, and thank you. See you soon.